It is Friday again, and welcome back to Jamstack Fridays with TNT. How are you, Tony?
I am great. How about yourself?
Awesome. It's a real Friday. We've done so much. I love working at startups, man. We just go full force ahead.
Yeah.
There we
Lot
go.
of work. Yeah, a lot of work.
You did some really cool stuff today, right? So I think why don't we just share that? However, let's run our intro first. And after that, you can actually explain what you did. And then we'll just share the screen and show some cool stuff. How about that?
Let's do it.
Alrighty then.
This is Jamstack Friday with TNT.
Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite.
That's such a fun intro. I want more of the song, but then we get copyright stricken. So anyways, why don't you explain a little bit what you did and then let's share some screen.
Yeah, definitely. So had a requirement. One of the projects wanted to collect data from the website through a form, and there's multiple parties involved in this project. So they all wanted to get access to people who are submitting information. So instead of having a person in place who is copying, emailing, sending, it's a big list that everyone can access. I decided that we can leverage Netlify Forms and Google Sheets and a tool called Zapier to send the data from Google Forms, it's not Google Forms, so with Netlify Forms to Google Sheets. And then everyone can just go in and read the list, and that's it. Nobody has to give, like marketers and business folks don't have to get into Netlify dashboard and download CSV file, none of that. It's all clean and ready to go.
And what I like about this, it sounds like to me like, look, Ma, no servers, but we actually do some stuff now with free tools without servers in the Jamstack world that used to cost us thousands before, right? With server-based or managed hosting and all these software things. We now just click it together and code a little. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for you to show us what you can do in the Jamstack world without servers and actually get this whole thing to work.
Yeah, it's amazing. Technology evolves and tools are just so advanced nowadays. And documentation is so easy. And even beyond documentation, sometimes just super simple to get it going. So I'll be showing you some code, how we add like Netlify Forms to a Next.js project. Like there's nothing there, just like 2 lines of code, two pieces of text, and that's it.
It's a brave new world. Okay, let's share your screen. Here we go.
All right. So what do we have
Next.js.
Yeah. So we got some form dispatching that we're going to be doing here. This is starter, basic Next.js starter, and we're going to navigate to a forms page.
So this is hosted on Netlify already, right?
Yep. It's all hosted on Netlify. So I have multiple tabs here open, so I'm going to go through each one of those in a second. But first, let's go ahead and submit a form. So let's do this. Tony,
this would be the demo effect, right? Let's see if it works. That would be awesome.
Tony,
Tim, TT. Here we go.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. TT, fine. Email.
This is all good.
And this needs to be proper because if I put some bad email, Netlify Forms will throw it to spam, and then the data will never come through. So it's already built in the anti-spam filter. So
that's cool. That's cool.
Let's do something like hello. No, not hello. John Rob at gmail.com.
I like it.
And hopefully it works. Send.
Yeah, exactly. So send.
So another thing
so it
here,
was successfully submitted. Cool.
Yep. So another thing here, as you can see, I went to a thank you page. So I'll also show you how you can have that success page as well, built out super simple in Next, as well as how you define that in your form. Yeah. So next, we're going to go to our forms within Netlify. So I have in my site forms right here, and contact. The data is already here. Bam.
There you go. So Netlify offers you kind of a forms service just out of the box.
Yep.
That's pretty amazing.
And it's free. Certain
it's
amount
free.
of form submissions are free. So
yeah, I think you have like 100 a day or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So data is here.
Mhm.
Now, next thing is we have to push that data now to Google Sheets, and we're going to be leveraging notifications. So forms have, if you go into form and into your site settings on the forms, you have different. Okay, there we go. The billing. So we have total of 100 per billing period.
We have 100 per period, so 100 per month, I guess.
Yeah. So not bad,
Okay,
actually.
cool. No, it's actually fine.
And then we have some outgoing notification that we can post to in our case, we're going to be using Zapier.
So this is a webhook.
Correct.
After each successful post submission or form submission, it calls Zapier with some information.
Correct. That's right.
Okay.
And the form, obviously, we're specifying which form. And you can add different notifications. So you can do outgoing webhook to whatever you want, Slack and email.
Yeah, cool.
So next, we're going to go to Zapier and see how it's all structured here. So in Zapier, there's different zaps that you can just go ahead and grab out of the box. And obviously, Zapier and Netlify have some ready-to-go zaps.
Oh, this exists. So you didn't have to code anything. You kind of just select, hey, this is the zap I like. And it just, that's cool.
So what do we have here is we have a Netlify, and trigger event is new form submission. That's step one. Step two is obviously my account. Then trigger is going to be from my site, from the form.
Yeah.
And we can test it, but it's skipped. We don't care about that now.
No.
Next, let's go into Google Sheets and see what we have here. So now,
so it creates a row in a Google Sheet based on a submission here. Okay.
Correct. Let's actually see if it. We'll go there in a second. So what do we do here is the Google Sheet. We're selecting an application, Google Sheets.
Yeah.
And it says create spreadsheet row. And you can change it to something else. Create, like if you want to create a new
or like a tab
spreadsheet, and you can go crazy. Cool. Account, same thing. My account.
Yeah.
Setup action. The form. The Netlify form is an actual spreadsheet, and then inside of it, I'm taking the worksheet, sheet one, and inside of it, I'm designing here how I want my data to come through, because there's a lot of data that's coming in, but I have defined the columns already, and I'm saying put in each column specific data that I'm collecting from the submission.
It found these columns already because you put them in the sheet.
Correct.
This is so easy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then I just save it and I activate it, and that's it. So let's go and see in the Zapier kind of, let's see, Zap history.
Yeah.
So I think it just ran.
Yeah,
just
one
now.
Zaps ran. Yeah, exactly.
10 a.m. 10 a.m.? No? I think so. Yeah, I think this is, so it just ran right now. Let's see if it's here. So now I am in my Google Sheets.
Yeah.
And row number 14.
There it is.
Yep, it just came through.
Cool.
It actually was much faster, but due to, so it's instantaneously showing up here. So
that's
now,
really fun.
Yeah, at this moment, we're done kind of with the requirement, what has to be happening. But I went ahead and went a little extra step.
Of course, we are TNT, man. We need a bit of extra.
Yeah. So there's a way for you to expose this data as an API endpoint to consume it on the site. So for example, let's say I want to even simplify it more so people don't have to come to Google spreadsheet, and they want to
Yeah.
consume that data in another application.
Or like a
So-
website or whatever.
Exactly, correct.
Yeah.
So one thing, just to run through it real quick, we have Netlify Forms, the name, and then sheet number 1, and we have row A, B, C, D with ID,
Yeah.
name, email, and timestamp. So
Yeah.
here you have tools, and you just click on script editor,
Okay.
and it will open up a new tab for me where I can design this code or build this code that will expose my data for me to consume on my web app. So what am I doing here? I'm just pretty much using, think of it as a function that you create, like a serverless function.
So this is JavaScript, right? Or is it? Yeah, it is. Or not?
Yeah,
I don't actually know.
It is a JavaScript with we're interacting with their library that they're providing,
yeah.
and we're hosting
Cool.
this on Google. So it's all hosted on Google.
They do this for you. This is awesome.
So here, when I go to deploy, I'll actually deploy, and that endpoint will be available for me.
Yeah.
So here we're grabbing sheet 1, then we're grabbing the ranges, and then we're just going through all of the columns, and we're just outputting the data as a JSON array. And that's how kind of straightforward it is. And then on the outside, once I deployed it, I have a URL that they provide me.
Okay.
And as you can see, it's hosted on Google. And as soon as I do a GET request, I should see the latest data here.
There it is. So now you basically created another API that's running on Google that they host for you. So it's kind of like a Lambda function style thing, or I don't even know how they would call this, but that's nice.
You could, if you think about it, somebody's watching, it's like, why would you go all of this route if you can just go the website, Netlify Forms, and then just consume that data through Netlify API? Sure,
you can
could do that.
Because Netlify has a Forms API that you can get this data from as well.
Exactly. But the purpose here was a little different, was to push it to Google Sheets. And in case somebody makes changes here and adjust data, and let's just adjust this to 22, and it automatically, I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna consume this data. I should see that data updated right away.
Whoa, there it is. That's pretty cool though.
Yep.
So you're actually, the origin of truth actually now became the form. No, I mean the Google Sheet rather than the Netlify form, which is actually good, because most people that we will work with in this project will be going to the sheet and dealing with it, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So
cool.
The power is, it's like
the power
of web. Okay, so next is what I wanted to walk through is some code and to show you how it is all wired. So on the form side, this is Next.js app, and kind of to show the structure of our application. Very simple, out of the box, nothing special here. So we have components and we have pages, and that's it. So the first thing is a component that had to be created, a contact form. And there's nothing special here. It's basic HTML with a few things that we have to add into the form action in order to integrate with Netlify. So once you push this code into Netlify servers, they automatically identify that this is a Netlify form, and we need to they need to save it
based on the data property, right? That's why they know it's a Netlify form.
Yep.
Oh,
exactly.
That's cool. And so HTML4 in the label, that's actually a React thing, right? Not something special. Like on the label, normally you do a for property, but you have to do HTML4 here.
Oh yeah. No, it's
There's just JSX.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, nothing.
Still getting used to JSX on my end. There you go.
Yeah. Super simple, super just easy.
Cool.
Nothing special here. And the action for thanks is a post step when you saw the thank you. Your form has been successfully submitted. And this is where I have my thank you page. So now let's move from components to pages. So in our index, no, not an index, in our form page, we are calling our contact form, and that's it. There's nothing special here.
Exactly.
And in thanks, we're just
this is basically just a next page that is static, where you say, hey, thank you, that was awesome, submitted.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And then if you at some point decide that, hey, I want to consume that data and output it, so we're going to fetch the URL with obviously that endpoint that I was just testing in, what is it called? In Postman.
Postman, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you can reiterate through it as well. So I'm outputting the data to console. So let's just kind of look at it real quick and inspect console.
Oh yeah, let's go to the console. Here we go.
And that's it. Here's
there
our
it
data.
Is. Oh
TNT,
yeah.
22. So everything we've been updating there in Netlify in the Google Sheets, it's already here, available.
I'm surprised how fast the response also is from Google. That's great. It feels basically instant. So now we are in a Jamstack site where we actually have dynamic data of the form we just submitted through all the hoops. But we now have people that actually use Google Sheets. That's great.
Yep.
And this was basically all free stuff. Like anyone watching this could do this right now and then impress marketing people all over the globe. Because we've wanted this stuff and it's like, oh yeah, but I need a server and I need to buy this and that's license and blah, blah, blah. And now you just did this. How long did it take you to build this?
I probably spent the most time on figuring out the Google Sheets export.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Everything else, maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
Seriously? Oh,
I mean, Next.js out of the box.
Yeah, sure. It's not the most polished thing just yet. It just works, right?
Yeah. The hard, not hardest part, but they had to go through the documentation of reading how do you expose that data.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the only thing. That was the only learning curve. But overall, I don't know, a few hours maybe. That's it.
Nice. Awesome. So thanks, dude, for showing us this. And I hope that this shows a little bit that kind of like you can go for it, and whatever you come up with in your mind, you can likely connect it with Lambda functions and Netlify stuff or Vercel stuff and just get it going without servers, or at least without origins. So that's great. Thank you very much. And if you liked what you saw, please leave a comment. If you have your own ideas, go for it and let us know what you did. And if you have any questions, you can just reach out to Tony on Twitter, and so he can explain more if you wanted to.
Yeah, and to add it up, this project or this little POC that I did is going to be on GitHub. So we'll add a link in the description so you can grab it.
Yeah, so you can actually see exactly how it was done. Awesome. Cheers, Tony, and I will see you next week. Bye.
All right. Bye.